something pretty deep today.
Always up for a deep dive. Where are we headed?
Well, we're going to be looking at this YouTube video by Mariah. She's got this channel called My Risky Homestead 47, and the video is called The First Step to Success, Part 1.
Okay, sounds intriguing already. What's the general vibe?
It's all about spirituality and how connecting with a creator, like a higher power, can actually lead to, well, success not just in like a spiritual sense, but in life in general.
Interesting. So it's like looking at the link between spirituality and achieving goals, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And she talks about it from her own experiences, so it's not just like a theoretical thing.
Personal stories always make things more relatable, don't they? So what's her background? What kind of experiences led her to these beliefs?
Right. So she starts off talking about growing up like a pretty typical American family, the usual ups and downs.
Yeah, that classic coming of age story.
Totally. But she says things really shifted after high school.
Uh-huh. So that's when the spiritual journey really kicks in.
Yeah. And she uses this phrase backsliding a lot. It's like she tried different paths, different faiths, went to church, even tried a mosque for a bit.
Trying to find her place, huh?
Exactly. But she felt like she drifted away, like wasn't fully committed.
And she thinks that backsliding, that moving away from her beliefs, had a negative impact.
Yeah, that's what she says, that it actually led to some not so great times in her life.
I see. So it was through those experiences, those times of backsliding, that she realized how important it was for her to be connected to her spirituality.
Right, and it made her more dedicated, like she found her way back,
That's a familiar feeling for many people, I'd imagine. That idea that straying from your path can actually bring you back stronger. What about you? Have you ever felt like that, where going off course led to a deeper understanding?
That's a good question, I'd say. Well, maybe we can come back to that later. But for now, let's get back to Mariah. So she starts talking about what she calls God's culture, like the specific principles that she believes lead to success. And one that she emphasizes is no sex before marriage.
Okay, now that's interesting. It raises some questions, right? Like, why is that particular principle so central for her? What's the connection she sees between that and achieving success?
Right. And it really makes you think about how personal beliefs and individual choices, how they all kind of clash and connect with societal norms.
Absolutely. What are the potential benefits, the downsides? How much does it come down to personal choice versus following a set of rules? Definitely something to ponder.
For sure. And then there's this paradox that comes up. She's all about spiritual purity, but she also really wants to be wealthy. Like she talks openly about wanting to be rich and successful.
So we've got this interesting dynamic between spiritual values and material aspirations.
Exactly. And she doesn't see them as conflicting at all.
That's a good point. It challenges the idea that you have to choose one or the other, right? Like, can you be deeply spiritual and still strive for material success? What does success even mean when you consider both sides? It's something I think a lot of people struggle with.
Absolutely. And she seems to have found a way to make it work for her. She even gives specific steps for staying connected to, what she calls the creator.
Oh, that's interesting. So what are some of these practical steps she suggests?
Well, she talks about things like fasting, prayer, meditation, and these cleansing rituals.
I see. So practices you find across different spiritual traditions, really, things that focus on purifying the mind and body, connecting with something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you wonder, what are the different ways people connect with their spirituality,
It's a very personal thing, isn't it? Finding those practices that resonate with you. But before we go too far down that path, she also talks a lot about the importance of positive energy.
Oh, right. Like avoiding negativity and focusing on positive actions to create a better future, not just for herself, but for generations to come.
Yeah, so it's about taking responsibility for your energy and how it impacts everything around you.
Exactly. And it raises this question, how much power do we really have? Can we shape our reality through our thoughts and actions? What about personal responsibility? Where does that fit in?
Those are big questions.
Yeah.
And they go way beyond just Mariah's story, right? It makes you think about your own life, your own beliefs.
Totally.
Point.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's a fascinating concept. And speaking of finding resonance, did you catch that part where Mariah describes experiencing heaven on earth through her connection with the Creator?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Finding that sense of peace and joy right here, right now. Pretty powerful stuff, huh?
Absolutely. And she credits that feeling to aligning her life with what she believes to be God's will. And she specifically mentions following the Ten Commandments.
Oh, interesting. So she sees them as like a guide to success.
Exactly. It's not just about personal salvation, it's about creating a better world, a more just and prosperous society.
And she talks about using her wealth to help humanity create jobs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, her vision of success is about personal fulfillment, but also about contributing to the well being of others.
And she keeps coming back to this idea of generational wealth, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about her own prosperity, it's about creating a legacy that benefits her children and future generations.
That's right. It's about breaking cycles of poverty and empowering future generations to thrive.
And she believes it all starts with, like, acquiring skills, working hard, being financially responsible.
Exactly. But she also emphasizes balance, like recognizing that working hard doesn't mean neglecting self care.
Right. Taking time to rest, enjoying the fruits of your labor, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's about finding that sustainable rhythm that allows you to build a fulfilling life, both materially and spiritually.
I love that. It challenges the idea that spirituality has to be all about self-denial.
Right.
Right.
Totally. It's about finding that sweet spot where spiritual growth and enjoying the world can coexist.
And she really believes that achieving that kind of holistic success is only possible through a deep connection with the Creator.
Yeah, for her, it's the foundation for everything else.
So it's like she's saying true success is this multifaceted journey: spiritual growth, material abundance, making a positive
It's a
impact.
journey that takes constant effort, purification, staying aligned with your spiritual principles.
And she's very open about the fact that it's not always easy, right? Like she talks about her own struggles with what she calls demonic energy.
Oh, right, and how that came from actions that went against her beliefs. It took her years to purify her holy temple and reach a place of spiritual alignment.
It really makes you think about the challenges and setbacks we all face. Like, how do you overcome those moments when you feel like you've strayed from the path?
It highlights the fact that spiritual growth is a continuous process, right? It's not about reaching some perfect state. It's about constantly refining ourselves, learning from our mistakes.
And she emphasizes that it's not just internal work, it's external too. Like creating a positive and supportive environment around yourself.
Yes. She talks about the importance of surrounding yourself with positive energy, avoiding negativity, and being mindful of the people you choose to have in your life.
It's about building a life that supports your growth, your goals.
Exactly. And something else that really stood out to me was her emphasis on speaking positively.
Oh yeah, like how negative speech can be destructive, while positive speech can uplift and inspire.
It's a powerful reminder that our words have power, right? They can shape our reality, affect the energy around us.
So, by choosing our words consciously, we can create a more positive environment for ourselves and everyone around us.
Yeah, it's like our words have this ripple effect, They go out and impact not just us, but everyone around us.
Exactly, and it brings us right back to Mariah's main point, right? That to succeed in anything, you have to start by acknowledging the Creator.
Like recognizing that there's a higher power, something bigger than us, guiding and supporting us along the way. And even though Mariah's take on it is specific to her beliefs, this idea of seeking guidance and strength from something beyond ourselves is pretty universal, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's about connecting with something greater, something that can help us get through tough times, achieve our goals, and live a more fulfilling life.
And that journey is going to be unique for every single person, right? What speaks to one person might not speak to another.
Totally. And that's okay. The important thing is being open to learning and growing and finding what truly resonates with you.
Couldn't agree more.
And another thing that really struck me was Mariah's focus on personal responsibility.
Yeah, like it's not about waiting for things to happen. It's about taking charge of your life, your choices, your actions.
It's like we have the power to create our own reality, to achieve our goals, as long as those goals align with our spiritual values.
And that starts with realizing that everything's interconnected, right? Our thoughts, our words, even our actions have a ripple effect.
Like we're all threads in this big tapestry of life, and our choices contribute to the overall picture.
It's a perspective that understands the delicate balance of the world we live in.
And she even talks about like holy matrimony and how sacred sex is within marriage.
Right, tying it back to spiritual purity and ultimately to success.
It's fascinating how she brings those ideas together.
It suggests that our actions can either enhance or diminish our spiritual energy.
And by aligning our actions with our spiritual beliefs, we can create a more fulfilling life for ourselves.
So it's not just about accumulating wealth or getting approval from others. It's about living a life that's true to your values and aligned with a higher purpose.
And that often means letting go of things that no longer serve us, right? Old patterns, old beliefs.
Exactly. She calls it cleansing our temples, making space for positive energy and growth.
And she gives really practical tips like fasting, prayer, meditation, surrounding yourself with positive influences.
It's about creating a life that nurtures your spiritual growth.
And it's an ongoing journey, right? There will always be challenges and setbacks.
Absolutely. But by staying connected to the Creator, we can face those challenges with more grace and resilience.
Mariah's story is so inspiring. It shows the power of faith, of perseverance, and of really committing to a life of purpose.
It really makes you think about how our beliefs can shape our lives and inspire others.
Yeah. We all have the potential to achieve amazing things, both materially and spiritually, as long as we have that higher vision and take responsibility for our own growth.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into Mariah's video, what are your main takeaways? What stands out to you the most?
Wow, we've explored a lot today, haven't we? The connection to the Creator, finding success in different areas of life, it's all connected in such a fascinating way.
And it's a journey that unfolds differently for each person, right? What matters is finding what truly feeds your soul.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
We hope it's given you some new insights and inspiration.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep seeking that connection that brings you closer to your own truth.
Take care, everyone.